Hi, my name is Blanca Pearson, and today I am going to um, answer three questions that will help me to get a job at Crowley ISD. So hopefully, I will qualify to get a job at Crowley ISD. I've worked with Crowley ISD for 3 years, and I've loved it, and I want to continue working for Crowley ISD. So one of the first questions I want to answer is describing the all the components of planning and delivering a successful lesson. And first, I want to frame the lesson. After I frame the lesson and know what the lesson is going to be about, I want to look at the tics. And I want to also look at the ELPs to align it with my goals, my standards of the lesson, and my objectives. After I have looked at my tics and also the misconception of students, the misconception of that lesson. I want to use all that. And I also want to look at the structure of the lesson that I'm going to be doing and the pace of the content that I'm going to be teaching to the students. I also want to look at the assessments, the assessments during my little mini lesson at the end of the class activity, and of course, an overall formal test or quiz at the end of the lesson. During that, I also want to look at the students' prior knowledge. It's so important to know what you're going to be teaching to them and what they know. And during the checking for the background knowledge, I also want to use a KLW chart. And with that, using that KLW chart, I can see where my students are. And from there, I can look at their learning style. Once I learn their learning style, it would help me to see where my students are at. Are they visual? Do I need to present with pictures? And where are my students at too? Also, what tiers are they at? Once I know that, I can continue with my lesson plans. I can continue looking what will benefit them for them to learn the new contents. After that, I want to look for the sorry. I want to look for the hands-on activity. Once I have the hands-on activity, I want to make sure that it's going to be motivational. It's going to make them use their critical thinking, for them to explore, for them to acknowledge that, for them to analyze, the lesson and bring it alive, what they can use it in the real world. Once I do that, the hands-on activity, I want to kind of show you an outline of my lesson plans, so they can have an idea. So I want to rephrase the objective. I want to present my lesson with a PowerPoint that has visual, with the new contents that we're learning, also the new vocabulary where they can see it with a picture, the definition, maybe write it on their binder. So like that, they can have that experience of writing it. Sometimes it's better off for students to write it, for me, but I'm pretty sure for them, it will be good for them to write the vocabulary. Also, I want to include reading a book. I think reading a book will also give them more knowledge, and kind of have an idea that they can get it by reading a book. They can get more information on what we're learning. And asking them to, as I'm reading, to check for the new vocabulary they have learned, the new contents they have learned, so they can get more knowledge and add it to their prior knowledge. After that, I want to break them down into 4 groups. And in those 4 groups, I'm going to tell them they have an activity to do. And after after they have done their activity and they collaborate and elaborate to their peers, I want them to do a presentation, a 2 or 3 minute presentation of what they've learned, and they want to share it with their classmates. After they've done that, I want to state again the objective. What did we learn today? What we learned today, and do a summary, overall summary of what we learned, and allow also the student to speak and to tell us what they learned from this lesson plan. After I have allowed them to speak, I want to do an exit ticket at the end of the lesson plan. And this exit ticket is going to be is to write a sentence or an answer. And the question is, what is the main point of this lesson? What is the main point of this lesson? Once they write the main point of this lesson, that would help me to know if they got they understood the lesson. I hope that was good enough. I don't think I forgot something, but if I did, I'm sorry. The next question is, if my lesson plan does not work, to some of my students. And the first thing I would do, I would troubleshoot it. Where is the problem? What happened? What caused me not to get that lesson for my student to understand? So I would troubleshoot it. Once I found the problem, I will find a solution for it. How do I solve it? I know I have to reteach it. I need it because every student needs to learn. And so I would fix the lesson. Once I fix it, I would talk to one of my teachers and ask them to review it and to give me feedback and to kind of collaborate with me about what I need to do and how to make it successful for my students. And so that's what I would do. And then I will reteach it. So that's what I would, that's the next step I would do. One of the things, the other next question that we had is hold on. The next question is, you have a student in your classroom that is persistently behaving. He or she interrupts your teaching, refuses to do his work in class, and does not come with his or her supplies on a regular basis. How will you address this situation? Wow. Okay. So first of all, oh my goodness. First of all, what I would do, I would look at the background knowledge, the student's background. Where do they stand? Once I know where they stand, I will just wait, especially if I started my lesson plans. I need to ignore the situation, even though I know and I recognize that the child needs my one-on-one attention. I have to know that as a teacher, we are responsible. We are responsible to teach all the students. And with that and respect, I would acknowledge, the situation. And I would know that I have to think of that child, first. I have to think about that child and that needs my attention, and the only way I can provide my attention, my individualized empathy, attention, and my full attention, completely, is after I have all my children have met their academics are met. Their academics are met. Sorry, my tongue twister. And then after that, I have done that. I would wait after the lesson is over. And as my students are interacting, doing their activities, I will walk where the student is and ask him if to go outside with me. Step him out of the classroom, step out of the classroom. I will lower myself, to have eye contact with him, and I will listen, just listen to him, and ask him, what's going on, and allow him to speak, allow him to talk. And then after he has talked, of course, you have to show that you are the teacher and you are responsible, for his action, and you're responsible for his learning. You're responsible for your friends, his friends, and allow him to know that, express your feelings about that, that you're there for him. You're there to teach. You're there for him to be successful, and talk to him with, positive, give him a positive, motivational, words, that will inspire him to want to learn, and to give, his attention to you. And I believe that at this point of all that, that's going on, I think we need to have a behavior system for him, so we can, with the intention of improving his learning and his emotion and engaging in the classroom, and of course his emotional learning. So once we start that behavior system, it's going to help him in the long run. And so just be a supportive teacher. Know that you're there for them, and just inspire him, to do his best in everything that he does. And so that will be it. And so I hope that I do get a job with Crowley ISD. I've worked for Crowley for 3 years, and I'm just excited to come back, and I hope that I do. And thank you so much for your time. Bye.